Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we're looking at today is a 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LTZ crew cab. This Silverado 1500 crew cab is painted in Summit White. It does have the Z71 off-road package, and this LTZ does have a few options, including that upgraded 6.2-liter V8 engine. You have smart key access at all four doors. On the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, panic, remote start, and with this button you can raise or lower the power tailgate. The front door panels have storage with bottle holders. It does have a premium Bose sound system, power windows, locks, and mirrors, along with power folding mirrors, and you do have two-person memory settings for the driver's seat. This one has a jet black interior, and the LTZ trim comes with leather seats. Both front seats are fully powered with two-way power lumbar support. Now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. And it does have push-button ignition. This 2019 model represents the GMT T1XX generation of the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra full-size pickup trucks from GM. Replacing the outgoing GMT K2XX gen trucks, the T1XX Silverado and Sierra made their debut for 2019 in half-ton 1500 form, with the 3/4 and 1-ton 2500 and 3500 variants debuting the next year for 2020. The new T1XX trucks featured a roomier interior than the outgoing models, along with a host of new tech features. As for the T1XX half-ton range, the trucks received a stronger high-strength steel frame than their predecessors, while using a mix of steel and aluminum bodywork, resulting in the 2019 Silverado and Sierra 1500 being about 450 pounds lighter than the outgoing trucks. As for big updates so far, 2022 saw the Silverado and Sierra 1500 get a mid-cycle refresh, which freshened up the exterior, added even more new tech features, and gave the higher trim levels a completely new interior. However, it wouldn't be until 2024 when the Silverado and Sierra HD trucks got their refresh, which was similar to the ones that the half-tons got in 22. The 2019 model year Silverado 1500 came in the following trim levels: Work Truck, Custom, Custom Trail Boss, LT, RST, LT Trail Boss, LTZ, and finally High Country. Available body styles included regular cab, double cab, and crew cab, with the LTZ trim being available in both double and crew cab form for 2019. 5 different engines were on offer depending on the trim, those being the base 4.3-liter V6, a 5.3-liter V8, a 2.7-liter turbo inline-4, the Duramax 3-liter turbo diesel inline-6, and finally the top-of-the-line 6.2-liter V8, which this truck has. Rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive were, of course, your drivetrain options, and as for transmissions, you could get either a 6, 8, or 10-speed automatic depending on the engine. The 6.2-liter V8 was paired to the 10-speed auto. In the instrument cluster, we have 2 analog gauges, your tachometer and speedometer, with everything else being digital within this central information display. Said display can be gone through via these controls on the steering wheel. So right now we're on our home menu, info, trip computers, range, oil life, tire pressure, that kind of stuff, average fuel economy, etc. Radio info, navigation info, phone info, and all sorts of settings. It has a 4-spoke design, heated, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. As for controls, on this side, you have your cruise controls, the toggle button for the heated steering wheel, and with this button you can adjust the, gap adjust for the forward collision alert. Then on this side you have your Bluetooth button, voice command button and your information display controls. And on the back of the spokes, you'll find your audio controls. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. The parking brake is electronically operated. Climate vent for the driver. Your exterior lighting controls, fog lamps, cargo lamps, panel dimmer. You have your four-wheel drive controls right here. You have 2 high, 4 low, and auto. And right above with this dial, you can go through your different driving modes. You have Tour, Sport, Off-Road, and Tow Haul. On this side is your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. And just behind the turn signal stalk, you'll find your heads-up display controls right here. Here's the heads-up display. It is a lot clearer in person than it is on camera, but you can adjust the brightness, the positioning of it, and what it shows. You have your column-mounted gear shifter. Entering reverse does bring up a backup camera, along with your vast array of exterior cameras, as you can see. Curbside, trailering, definitely have a lot of camera views. Which is really nice in a large truck like this. Going down the center of the interior, you have a little bit of storage up top, central climate vents, you have your touchscreen interface for your MyLink infotainment system. We'll go over the system more in a bit. You have some physical radio and infotainment system controls with your volume, power, tuning knobs, seat track, and your home and back shortcut buttons. And below that, you'll find your set of dual zone automatic climate controls with your temperature for either side, different zones, fan speed, defrosters, AC recirculation, and your auto and sync modes. And both front seats are 3-stage heated and cooled. Below that, you can toggle your lane keep assist, parking sensors, auto start stop. You can raise or lower the power tailgate. You have your hazard switch, traction control switch. You can toggle power to the household style power outlet, and your hill descent control. You have your trailer brake controller. You'll find a 12-volt power outlet, along with a USB-A and USB-C port. And you have a household-style power outlet right here as well. A little bit of storage. You have a wireless charging pad. Storage right here on either side. You have 2 cup holders, along with a little storage in the center. Center console. It is illuminated. And you have an SD card slot, another USB-A and C port, and an aux port. Upper and lower glove boxes. The lower one is lockable. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. You have a rear camera mirror. And on the overhead console, you have your LED reading lights, garage home link, OnStar passenger airbag indicator. You can power operate that sliding rear window. And you can operate the power sunroof as well. It is one-touch automatic. Finally, here's the MyLink infotainment system in this 2019 Silverado LTZ. So right now we're on the home screen with your radio and navigation. But then your main menu screen right here, you have your audio. Your sources are AM, FM, plus Sirius XM, and Bluetooth audio streaming. You have your sound settings. You also have several shortcuts along the bottom of the screen for your audio, navigation, phone, climate. But you have your phone pairing, and here's your navigation system. Points of interest, as you can see. Wi-Fi hotspot, different user profiles, all sorts of settings. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in here. Then you have your trailering apps. Useful for towing stuff. And your OnStar. You can bring up your exterior cameras. You have a whole array of front view cameras as well. Curbside cameras. Just I love having the camera set up. You can have Spotify in here, apps, which that's one of them, Pandora, Amazon Alexa, My Chevrolet. And then climate, you can control the temperature for either side, fan speed, different zones, that kind of stuff from the screen if you don't want to use these controls. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. Both front windows are fully automatic, and both rear windows are automatic down. This LTZ rides on the optional 20-inch 5 split-spoke polished aluminum rims. This LTZ is powered by the half-ton Silverado's top engine for 2019, that being GM's Ecotec 3 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8. It's an all-aluminum pushrod engine with 2 valves per cylinder, dynamic fuel management, direct injection, and a variable valve timing. Horsepower is rated at 420 at 5,600 RPM, and torque is rated at 460 pound-feet at 4,100 RPM. This engine is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode, and this Z71 of course has 4-wheel drive. Running on recommended premium unleaded with a 24-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for this truck are 16 mpg in the city and 20 mpg on the highway. It has an independent short and long arm front suspension and a solid rear axle with leaf springs. 4-wheel disc brakes are standard. I believe the truck in this video has a 1,670 pound payload capacity and a 9,300 pound towing capacity. However, the optional max trailing package would add even more capability. The fuel door is on the driver's side. Bottle holders and storage on the back door panels as well. Storage areas behind the seat backs. And you can also fold up the seat bases. Both front seats have mat pockets on the backs. Grab handles on the B-pillars. Coat hooks. And for rear passenger amenities, there is a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders, 2 more cup holders right here, and right here we have our own set of climate vents, another 12-volt power outlet, a USB-A and a USB-C port, and we even have 3-stage heated rear seats for both outboard passengers. And to top it all off, it is a very spacious back seat. Headroom is immense, legroom and footroom are ample. pretty much par for the course for a full-size crew cab truck nowadays. But, I mean, this is a nice, loaded-out truck, plenty of creature comforts, and, man, it is spacious in this back seat. It's comfortable. Really not much to complain about. I could see this being an excellent road trip vehicle. Plenty of room for the family. And with that big 420 horse 6.2 liter V8, you can do plenty of towing. You won't have a problem with towing a trailer or boat, what have you. Yeah, I definitely quite like this truck right here, and I do like the way that this one is spec'd out. Does have dual exhausts, and as mentioned before, does have a fully powered tailgate. And as you can see, the tonneau cover as well. This crew cab is a short box model and thus provides 62.9 cubic feet of cargo space. Of course, you have a nice spray-in bed liner in this one, always nice to have, and you have a household style power outlet as well. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.